What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing on the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Wednesday. It is October 4th. We are on day 2 of the wild card round. A lot of teams can win the series today. Half of the teams. So, that being said, big shout out to everyone who checked out yesterday's video. We are going to raffle off the winner real quick. So, anytime a video, if you don't know, anytime a video gets at least 50 likes and you leave a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. Anytime a video gets 100 likes and you leave a comment, you have a chance to win a free month. 125 likes equals a chance to win a free year. And anytime any of our videos get 150 likes, some lucky person who leaves a comment will have a chance to win a lifetime pass. So we are going to look at, we had 60 plus likes on yesterday's video, but we only had 14 comments. So you have a really good shot if you left a comment to win. So we're going to see who the free winner of the week pass is. So let's see who it is real quick. Rose Miller, let's go. That is correct. So once you see this, hit that like button. Let me know you saw it on this video, and that'll count for your comment for today. And then there's 2 ways to get a hold of me. Either hit me up on email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com with an email and username you would like on the website. Or you can hit us up on Twitter @advisors_team. DM us there with the same information, email and username you would like on the website, and you will get a free week of DFS brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. That includes a week of MLB, NFL. You'll get this week's NFL. You'll get PGA, MMA, and NASCAR as long as those sports go on the weekends. You'll have all of that. And then in the future, that'll include NBA. Another quick way to do it is, and we've mentioned this in other videos, but we are partnered up with Parlay Play here. So anyone who signs up with Parlay Play, which you can find the link down in the description for either iOS or Android, sign up, use the promo code FTAsports, deposit at least $10. They're going to match you whatever you deposit up to $100. Anyone who signs up using our promo code using FTA Sports and at least $10 are going to get a free week of DFS content. We will also have Parlay Plays in our Discord channel, which you can find in the link down below as well. On top of that, if anyone signs up using the promo code and you deposit $100, not only are they going to match you $100, so you'll have $200 right off the bat, you'll have $5 free game, and show us proof that you deposited $100 using our promo code, we're going to give you a free year of DFS content and sports betting brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So very, very easy. Go check our partners out at Parlay Play, and let's get going. So we obviously have 4 games to look at. We have these matchups, and we're going to look at them. So we're going to look at everything. We're going to look at the previous matchups. We're going to look at the pitching, and then we're going to look at the bats. So buckle up. Hopefully this is very informative for you. I'm very excited. Sometimes these videos go a little bit longer. I know our NFL video goes a little bit longer because it is a complete breakdown. And I even posted that. I do a complete breakdown of the NFL. We look at every single game, every matchup, snaps, everything. And I had someone on Reddit, on the DFS Reddit, say, get on with it, or get to the point, or something like that. And me being who I am, I decided I wanted to see what he was up to and what he was commenting on. And this man is only commenting on incest subreddits. Not much I can say about that. Anyway, you will get called out. But that being said, let's check out all of the matchups. So we saw a surprising, for me, I didn't know, surprising was that Tampa Bay was actually favored yesterday. I know they were at home. It was Glasnow. It didn't really look the best out of there. He was high pitch count. The fans really didn't show up. Now we've got Zach Eflin, who has basically been their best starter, because Glasnow's out for a portion, versus Texas's best starter before he went down hurt. So we've got Nate Eovaldi versus Zach Eflin. So we look at this career-wise. Eovaldi's faced 80 plate appearances for Tampa Bay. It's his former team. Now I don't know if being a pitcher who pitched for the team, if the analytic department is still there, if they can break down hey, this is his tendencies in these counts. This would be a good report and scouting report. But we'll see. But 80 plate appearances, 178 batting average, 26.3 K percentage. Then you got Zach Eflin, 12 plate appearances, a 455 batting average. So he hasn't seen much. I did forget to mention at the end of this video, we're going to give you the top 10 bats that we like after doing 2,000 simulations. So if you've been with us before, you know that we do 10,000 simulations every single day for the slate. We're going to give you the top 10 or 15 bats depending after doing 2,000 simulations. So we look into here. We've got Eovaldi here. He is down here at 7,800. And then we've got Zach Eflin here at 8,800. So let's just take a look. Now, Eovaldi was very, very good before he went down hurt with an arm injury. Now, he's already, I believe, had 2 Tommy John surgeries. It looked like possibly a third, but he bounced back. He came through. Problem is, since coming through, he's been limited. So as you can see, he went down against the same exact team, Tampa Bay. He did have a good start, 17.9. That was July 18th. Since coming back, 1.1 innings, 2.1, 3.1, 5.5, 3.1. Minus 1.3, 12.5, not hitting value, not hitting value, not hitting value. He has not hit value. He has not hit value since July 1st against Houston. Now, value for me in our metrics is at least 2 times salary. So, that being said, he needs at least for this 15.6 fantasy points, which he has not gotten since July 1st. And then it was July 1st and June 25th, and then it was all the way back to June 10th. So it's been a very long time. Again, Texas just needs to win this game, then they move on. So if they move on, the division series will be up next, and they'll have a little bit of break. So I fully expect, this is the problem, I fully expect if teams get up a little bit early on the other team, they are going to unload the bullpen here. Because if Texas is leading and they know that Eovaldi's not going to get deep into a game here because he's gone 5 innings twice since June or July. 4 times since getting hurt. 2 times. Nope, 3 times since getting hurt. Nope, that is a lie. I am dumb. I'm looking at hits. Seattle and Boston went 5 innings, and then that was it. So he's going 3.1 innings max after the 5 innings. He's not going deep into games. If they are up on them, or he gets in a little bit of pickle, they're going to bring in their bullpen. So I'm a little bit weary on using Eovaldi. He does have good stuff. He just has not looked right since coming back from injury. So we look into that. Splits-wise, he's faced Tampa Bay twice this year, 12.1 innings, 4 earned runs, 6 walks, 8 Ks. He's done okay. He's just not gone deep into games. Now, could he go deep into this game? He could, but everything in me tells me if he's struggling a little bit or he's just, floating by, all they need to do is clinch this game and they move on to the division series. And I feel like it's going to be just that kind of way with any team that won yesterday that has a chance to clinch today. So looking at that, we'll look at Eflin now against Texas. He has not faced Texas this year. He's looked okay. His last start against Boston, 5 innings, didn't hit value. Hit value a couple of times here against LA and Baltimore. In Seattle, he missed it. He missed it here against Boston. Hit value here against Miami. Hit value here against the Yankees. So he has had success lately. Career-wise, again, he's barely, a couple at-bats from each player, being 12 plate appearances, not enough. But at 8,800, I'm okay with that. Now, Tampa Bay was blanked yesterday, 4-0. Texas is a really good hitting team. That's why I was very confused as to why Texas were the underdogs in that game. Jordan Montgomery shoved. The offense came out. Tampa Bay pitching struggled. Tampa Bay defense had 4 errors right off the bat. Pretty early in the game, I believe. I think like within the 3 innings, they had all 4 errors. They did not look good. So looking into that, I don't know if I like either of these pitchers. This is kind of the problem with a smaller slate like this. It's like we know some players are good, but they've just been struggling lately. So I'm probably avoiding both of these pitchers. I'm still feeling a Texas stack here, but the bats in this game that I would use, obviously Corey Seager going up against a righty I love. Simeon, I don't know if I'll have much of Simeon, but we'll look. Randy Arozarena, Yandy Diaz, those are supposed to be their guys. Didn't really do much yesterday. Again, if you're sports betting, I would definitely be looking at like hits or extra base hits. I don't know about home runs. Home run parlays in the division right now. I don't feel comfortable with home run parlays. So kind of look into this. Josh Young here. Josh Lowe for Tampa Bay I would look at. Paredes I would look at. I was into him yesterday. I only got us 3 fantasy points there. Does have 31 home runs though. Nate Lowe. Carter I'm okay with. Jonah Heim for Texas I'm okay with. Grossman yesterday batted. I think he batted like third or fourth, I believe. He was up in the order. Versus Tampa Bay, he does have 1 home run on the season, 7 fantasy points as an average. So that's kind of what I look at. Tampa Bay bats, Arozarena, Diaz, I'm definitely with. Paredes, I'm okay with. It depends on the catcher. I think Mejia is probably going to start here. We could definitely look at that, or you could look at Curtis Mead as well. I don't know. I really like Texas today. I'm not 100% confident that Tampa Bay can do anything about this game. So that's kind of my thought process here. Then we get to Toronto at Minnesota. If we look at this, we've got Jose Barrios going against his former team. Backs against the wall here. Minnesota finally won their first game since 2004. The last time they won the game before yesterday, the iPhone didn't even exist. Now we have 15 versions of it. 15 models. There's 100 versions. Then we got Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray is the second best American League pitcher, ERA-wise, right behind Garrett Cole. So Barrios struggled early on the season. We know this. I think everyone knows Barrios kind of struggled, found himself, struggled a little bit more, and kind of back here. He's facing his old team, whether or not you want to use that. Backs against the wall, like I said. If he is struggling, they're going to yank Barrios out pretty early, and then they're going to bring in the bullpen. So, Barrios, in his career against the current Twins bats, we've got 75 plate appearances, a 161 batting average, 22.7 K percentage. Then you got Sonny Gray against Minnesota, 110 plate appearances, so he's seen him a ton. 189 batting average, 21.8 K percentage. Now, let's look at the numbers here. So, Barrios going against Minnesota, he's faced him once this year. Got the win, 5.2 innings, 0 earned runs, 5 Ks, 21.4 fantasy points. Looks good. It does look good. Game logs, we come in, had a good game against the Yankees. The time before that, had an okay game. Actually, he didn't have value there. Against Boston, had a really good game. Against Kansas City, had a really good game. Against Oakland, had a really good game. So he's had really good games against very bad teams this year. This is true. But then he's had against Washington a 2.7 burger, a 6.1 against Baltimore, like 2.4 against the Cubs, 7.9 against the Dodgers. He's had his ups and downs. So if he goes into a game and he's losing, we're probably going to see him get yanked pretty early, and the bullpen definitely comes in. Sonny Gray, on the other hand, against Toronto. He's faced him once this year. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 15.1 fantasy points. I still like Sonny Gray a lot here. Twins can clinch today. That's kind of my thought in this one. If we look at his previous game logs, not a good game against Oakland, his former team, but he only went 4 innings. They'd already clinched. That was probably a big factor because they only threw 55 pitches. So that's kind of skewed a little bit. Then we look at the Angels, had 93 pitches there, 25.1. Against the White Sox, 7 innings, 81 pitches, 28.8. I really like this matchup for Sonny Gray. I give the advantage to Sonny Gray over Toronto. As you know, if you followed us in the past, historically this year, Toronto has struggled and struck out a bunch against right-handed pitching. Now, they were without Bo Bichette for most of that, but that is still here. They're still striking out. Depends on the lineup that comes out. Again, with this clinching, teams can pull their pitcher early and we get screwed. So this is kind of where it's like play light on these slates in the wild card. Then when you get into the division series, then you can kind of feel confident about some of this pitching and stuff like that. Bats wise, if you're not going with Sonny Gray and you want to just look at Toronto bats, obviously the Toronto bats that I'd be looking at would be Bo Bichette, Vlad, George Springer, Chapman. Merrifield, if he gets in there. Brandon Belt against a righty, I don't mind. Jansen's out, so Kirk is in there. I don't know if I'll use Kirk, but Avarsho I'm okay with. Kiermaier I'm okay with. I still really like Sonny Gray today. I kind of like Minnesota here. I think this is just setting up to feel like Barrios could struggle, and then the bullpen comes in. So looking at that, Royce Lewis had 2, not 1, but 2 home runs yesterday. 32 fantasy points. If you didn't have him, you probably didn't cash yesterday. If you did cash without him, let me know. Jorge Polanco I'm okay with. Edward Julian I'm okay with. Kepler I don't mind. Correa. Matt Wallner, I actually really love Matt Wallner today for 3,400. Willie Castro I'm okay with. Jeffers I'm okay with. I do like Jeffers, though, more against lefties. That brings us to this game, Arizona at Milwaukee. Arizona actually surprised me yesterday. Corbin Burns was on the hill, and he surprised me. So you got Zach Gallen versus Freddie Peralta. You got Gallen, 71 plate appearances, 179 batting average against him, 26.8. Then you got Peralta, 24 plate appearances, .095 batting average, 25 K percentage against him. Those are numbers. I mean, they're not a lot. So we'll dig into a little bit. So looking at pitching. Gallen against Milwaukee. On the year, we see 3.47 ERA, 17-9 record, 220 strikeouts. Splits-wise, he's faced Milwaukee twice this year, 14 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 15 Ks, a .064 ERA, and he's in those 2 starts, he's averaging 31.4. He could be an option where I didn't even think Arizona had a chance. I think they could seal it. I think Zach Gallen is the man to do the job. Game logs, 19.5 is his last. He went 104 pitches there. That was against Houston. Limited to only 2 runs. He just didn't get any run support. Then against the Yankees, 30.5. He had 8 Ks in that one. San Francisco, he had 6. So he's getting at least 5 strikeouts a game since August 17th against San Diego. I really like Zach Gallen in this one. I just don't know if Milwaukee has it. We'll see. I mean, Peralta coming in. Splits-wise, he has not faced Arizona this year. In his career, he has, just not this year. Game logs coming off not a good start against Miami. Went 3 innings, 9 hits allowed, 4 earned runs, 70 pitches in 3 innings, and they yanked him. Against St. Louis, 21.1. Against Miami, 33.1. So he's had success, 9,000 there. Overall, if you look at his price, he is 200 less. But he is, I mean, these are the 2 highest priced pitchers. I really kind of like out of these pitchers, and we'll look at this, but I'm really feeling a Gallen, Gray, Nola, kind of. Those are my 3 pitchers that I really like the most. But bats-wise, let's just take a look at the Arizona bats here. I know Peralta's been good, but he has struggled this year. Corbin Carroll, always a good spot here. Had a home run yesterday, going to be Rookie of the Year. 25 fantasy points in that game against Milwaukee, the 6-3 win there. They went down 3-0 early, and then they held on 6 unanswered. Ketel Marte, 5,100. Game log, had a pretty good game yesterday, had a home run as well. Christian Walker, I do love Christian Walker more against lefties. Had a good game there, had a double, had 2 RBIs, 3 hits on the day against Corbin Carroll and the bullpen. He's another option for me. Tommy Pham, I like him more against lefties. He did okay yesterday, 9 fantasy points, not a lot. Probably wouldn't use much of Tommy Pham. Gurriel Jr., I'm always okay with. Didn't do anything yesterday, though, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Perdomo, a cheaper option. Yesterday, 1 hit, 2 walks, 9 fantasy points at 3,300. I'm okay with that one as well. If for whatever reason you don't feel confident with Gallen and you want to go with the Milwaukee bats, we could definitely look at that. Christian Yelich. So obviously he's bounced back year this year. Game log yesterday, 9 fantasy points. Got 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 K. William Contreras, I was all over him yesterday. 8 fantasy points. Didn't do a lot, but did have 2 hits, but no extra base hits. So could have had more fantasy points out of him. Willie Adames is one I would use. Carlos Santana I would use. Started off with a RBI in the first inning, I think. First or second inning. Didn't do anything. 1 for 5. So it honestly, again, I'm a little concerned for what we're going to get out of this Milwaukee team. Hopefully they don't just roll over and take it, but I don't know. I thought they'd put up more of a fight. They only put up 3 runs yesterday. Frelick, I would look at. Donaldson, I believe he didn't do anything yesterday. He didn't strike out. He did have 2 hits with 1 run, but didn't strike out. But hit still 3,500 against Gallen. I don't want anything to do with him. So Mark Canha would be one. I'm okay with Mark Canha, but he didn't do much. I'm really feeling an Arizona stack here, along with Gallen as my pitcher. And then Philly here. I honestly think every single one of these teams could sweep today. That's just the matchups. It's kind of what I think. Pitching-wise, for this one, we got Miami at Philly. Obviously, they faced each other a ton, being in the same division. You got Braxton Garrett, 73 plate appearances against the Phillies, a 353 batting average. I'm stacking the Phillies here, 17.8 K percentage. Then you got Aaron Nola, 164 plate appearances, a 236 batting average, 22.6 K percentage against him. Love me some Nola as well. So, honestly, I don't think I want much to do with the Marlins. I want everything to do with Nola. And we'll just look at the numbers real quick. So, Nola, this year, 3 starts against Miami, 16 innings pitched, did give up 24 hits, 12 earned runs. So he has struggled this year against them, 18 Ks. They're not good. His last start against them, 4.1 innings, 4 earned runs. Phillies ended up winning 8-4, had 6 Ks in that one. Miami here, 6 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. So he has struggled against them. I just feel like he could struggle against them, but I think Philly gives him enough lead runs-wise that they come out and they sweep this game. So that's my thought in this one. Then you got Braxton Garrett. Splits-wise, he's faced Philly twice this year, 10 innings pitched, 12 hits, 6 earned runs, 8 Ks, only averaging 10.8 fantasy points. I don't think that's enough. I definitely want all of the Philly bats. Just looking, Trey Turner against a lefty, absolutely love. What did he? I think he did good yesterday, right? Yeah. 2 hits, a double, walk, 2 stolen bases, got 20 fantasy points. If you played him in a showdown, believe he had 35 or something like that as your MVP. The stolen bases are huge, and that's going to be huge again. Harper against the lefty, not always my best. Didn't do much yesterday against Miami, but in 10 games this year against Miami has 3 doubles. Batting .306 with 7.3 fantasy points. Schwarber, a lefty-on-lefty matchup, but again, against this team in 14 games, 53 at-bats, has 3 home runs, 7.2, 189 batting average, but that is on par with his 47 home runs and 197 batting average on the season. I don't care about that. I love me some Schwarber here against lefty, leading off. Gio Realmuto against lefty, give me all of that. We've got Castellanos against the lefty, 12 fantasy points yesterday, 4,700. Love me some Castellanos. Alec Boehm against the lefty, I'm okay with as well. So that would be my thought in this one. Miami bats, if you think they're going to have success against Nola, I would look at Jazz. I would look at Arise. I would look at Berger, Josh Bell. I mean, all these lefties or switch hitters I'm okay with. And then you want to get down a little bit lower, Brian De La Cruz. Didn't really do much yesterday, 1 hit. Not much. Jesus Sanchez I'm okay with. Didn't do much yesterday. Hasn't done much for a while. I wouldn't go any lower, to be honest. It would basically be Sanchez and up if you are going Miami. But overall, just to kind of reiterate, pitching-wise, I'm okay with Gallen. I like Sonny Gray. I like Aaron Nola here. GPP-wise, I'm okay with Peralta. I just don't feel it. Braxton Garrett obviously would allow you to pay up for other positions, but he's gotten hit hard in his career and this year against Philly. So that is my thought in these 4 games. I think it could be an easy sweep today. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we get another game, but if not, definitely check it out because it's going to be really hard to do a video if 3 of the 4 teams sweep today, then obviously we're not going to have a video tomorrow because there's only 1 game. 2 games is okay. 3 is obviously what you would look for. but I do feel like we're going to see a sweep. That's just my thought in this one. So, that being said, we will look at the top 10 pitchers that we like here after doing 2,000 simulations. So, after 2,000 simulations, Trey Turner's number 1 on the slate right now. Bryce Harper's 2, Schwarber's 3, Jazz is 4, 5 is Bryson Stott, 6 is Corbin Carroll, 7 is Alec Boehm, 8 is Christian Yelich, 9 is Isaac Paredes, 10 is Josh Lowe, 11 is Corey Seager, 12 is Carlos Santana, 13 Jake Berger, 14 Josh Bell, and 15 is Willy Adames. So I wanted to give you guys the top 15 as of now. Now, depending on when you watch this video, obviously the main slate locks at 2:08 Eastern or 2:08 Central or 3:08 Eastern. So be weary, but we will have the 10,000 simulations out probably right around lunchtime, around noon, and you can kind of see if they've changed a little bit since then. So that is my thought. I really love Philly as the top 15 have the top 3 spots, and they have 5 on the list right there. Miami has 3, Milwaukee has 3, Arizona has 1 as of now. And then pitching-wise, honestly, there's not enough to go with. It's got Sonny Gray number 1, 2 is Peralta, 3 is Eflin, 4 is Aaron Nola, 5 is Barrios, 6 is Gallen, which I don't agree with, 7 is Evaldi, and 8 is Braxton Garrett. So, that being said, that is your breakdown. Be on the lookout for the NFL breakdown. We're going to be doing the rankings video. Depending on when you watch this video, that could be out already. So, good luck with the second slate of the wild card round. We'll see if we have a video tomorrow. It'll really depend on how the all these games go today. So good luck, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.